Did you know that every 11 seconds, an adult over 65 falls in the United States? That's over 3 million emergency room visits every single year. But what if I told you there's an ancient martial arts technique that takes just 2 minutes a day and could be the difference between staying independent and losing your freedom? I'm talking about the horse stance. And no, you don't need to be Bruce Lee to master it. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use this simple exercise to transform your balance, strengthen your legs, and potentially prevent the most dangerous threat to your independence as you age. Hi there. I'm the CEO of Elder Wellness Room, and welcome back to Elder Wellness Room, where we prove that getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. Over the years, I've helped thousands of seniors discover that the secret to staying strong, balanced, and independent isn't found in expensive equipment or complicated routines. Sometimes the most powerful solutions come from the most unexpected places, like today's exercise borrowed from ancient martial arts but perfectly adapted for anyone over 60 who wants to feel steady on their feet again. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you've noticed some changes. Maybe you feel a little unsteady when you get up from your favorite chair. Perhaps you've caught yourself reaching for the wall when walking down the hallway, or you've started avoiding activities you used to love because you're worried about falling. You're not alone. Balance problems affect 1 in 4 adults over 65, and here's what's really happening inside your body. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass in our legs, about 3 to 8% per decade after age 30. Our proprioception, that's your body's ability to sense where you are in space, also declines. Your ankles become stiffer, your hips weaker, and suddenly your body doesn't respond the way it used to. The medical community calls this age-related balance decline, but I call it completely preventable, because while you can't stop time, you can absolutely rebuild the strength, mobility, and coordination that keeps you safe and independent. The horse stance isn't just any exercise. It's what I call a triple threat movement. In one simple position, it simultaneously strengthens your quadriceps and glutes, improves your ankle and hip mobility, and trains your body's balance systems. Physical therapists have discovered that this single exercise mimics almost every movement you need for daily living. Getting out of a chair? That's horse stance. Bending down to pick up your grandchild's toy? Horse stance. Reaching into a low cabinet? You guessed it, horse stance. But here's the best part. You don't need to drop into a deep martial arts position that would make your knees scream. I'm going to show you 3 senior-friendly modifications that let you build up gradually, safely, and effectively. Physical therapists have been using variations of this exercise for decades to help patients recover from injuries and prevent falls. The research is clear. Exercises that combine strength training with balance challenges are the most effective at preventing falls in older adults. When you hold a horse stance, you're forcing your proprioceptive system to work harder. You're challenging your balance in a controlled, safe environment. And you're strengthening the exact muscle groups, your quadriceps, glutes, and deep core stabilizers, that keep you upright and stable. The horse stance teaches your body to maintain stability while your center of gravity shifts. This is crucial because most falls happen not when you're standing still, but when you're transitioning, getting up from a chair, turning around, or reaching for something. Let's start with stage 1, which I call the chair-supported horse stance. This version is perfect if you're just beginning, if you have knee concerns, or if you simply want to build confidence before progressing. You'll need a sturdy chair, preferably one with a back that comes up to about your waist level. Kitchen chairs work perfectly. Start by standing behind the chair, facing the back. Place your hands on the chair back for support. This isn't cheating, it's smart training. Position your feet about shoulder width apart, or slightly wider if that feels more comfortable. Now, gently lower yourself down as if you're sitting in an invisible chair. Keep your knees tracking over your toes, not caving inward. Your back should stay relatively straight. Imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head. Only go as low as feels comfortable. Some of you might only lower down a few inches, others might go deeper. Both are perfectly fine. The key is control and safety, not depth. Once you're in position, hold for 10 to 15 seconds to start. Focus on breathing normally, don't hold your breath. Feel your leg muscles working. Notice how your body is naturally finding balance. Practice this 3 to 5 times, holding for 10 to 15 seconds each time. As this becomes easier over the next week or two, try to hold the position a bit longer or rely less heavily on the chair for support. Once you've mastered stage 1 and can comfortably hold the chair-supported position for 30 seconds, you're ready for stage 2, the forward-facing progression. Turn your chair around so the back is behind you. You're going to sit on the edge of the chair, but in a very specific way. Position yourself so you're sitting on just the front edge of the seat, with your feet planted firmly on the ground, wider than shoulder width apart. From this seated position, you're going to gradually shift your weight forward and begin to lift yourself off the chair. Keep your hands free for balance. You can hold them out to your sides or place them lightly on your thighs. The key here is gradual progression. Start by just lifting your weight off the chair for a few seconds while still keeping the chair there as a safety net. As you get stronger, you'll be able to hold yourself in the horse stance position for longer periods. Week 1. Lift off the chair for 5 to 10 seconds, then rest back down. Week 2. Extend the hold to 15 to 20 seconds. Week 3. Try to maintain the position for 30 seconds or more. This stage will definitely challenge your leg muscles more than stage 1. You might feel a burning sensation in your thighs. That's normal and actually a sign that you're building strength. However, you should never feel sharp pain in your knees or hips. If you've made it to stage 3, you've already accomplished something remarkable. Stage 3 is the freestanding horse stance, and this is where you'll experience the full power of this ancient exercise. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, or slightly wider if that feels more stable. You can keep a chair nearby for security. In fact, I recommend it for the first few attempts, but you won't be relying on it for support. Lower yourself into your horse stance position, keeping your back straight and your weight evenly distributed. Your knees should track over your toes, not caving inward. Find a depth that challenges you but doesn't cause pain. At this stage, you should be able to hold the horse stance for 60 seconds or more, feel stable and controlled throughout the movement, and notice improved balance in your daily activities. Let me address some common mistakes I see when people first start practicing the horse stance. Many people think deeper is always better, but that's not true, especially for seniors. Start shallow and gradually increase depth over weeks or months. Your knees should never go past your toes, and you should never feel sharp pain. When we concentrate hard, we naturally tend to hold our breath. Focus on breathing normally throughout the exercise. Count your breaths if it helps. When your leg muscles fatigue, your knees want to collapse inward, which puts stress on your knee joints. Imagine you're trying to push the floor apart with your feet. There's a difference between the burn of muscle fatigue and the sharp pain of potential injury. Muscle fatigue feels like a burning in your thighs and glutes. Joint pain feels sharp and usually occurs in your knees, hips, or back. Always stop if you feel joint pain. Margaret is 72 and lives in Ohio. 6 months ago, she was using a walker after a minor fall left her terrified of losing her balance again. She started with stage 1, practicing just once a day for 10 seconds at a time. Today, Margaret not only walks confidently without her walker, but she's returned to gardening, something she thought she'd never do again. In her words, "I have my independence back." Now, let me give you the exact 2-minute daily routine that can transform your balance and strength. Start your day with 2 to 3 horse stance holds at your current level. Stage 1, 3 holds of 10 to 15 seconds each. Stage 2, 2 holds of 20 to 30 seconds each. Stage 3, 2 holds of 30 to 45 seconds each. End your day with another 2 to 3 holds using the same timing. This can be done while watching TV or as part of your bedtime routine. I challenge you to commit to this 2-minute routine for 30 days. Mark it on your calendar, set phone reminders, whatever it takes. Most people notice significant improvements within the first 2 weeks, but the real transformation happens when you make this a permanent part of your life. Let me address some common questions. Daily practice is ideal, but 5 to 6 days per week will still give you excellent results. The horse stance can be beneficial for mild knee arthritis, but start with stage 1 and progress slowly, never push through sharp pain. Shakiness when you first start is absolutely normal and typically improves within 2 to 3 weeks. Every time you practice the horse stance, you're making an investment in your future independence. You're building the strength and balance that will allow you to continue living life on your own terms. Physical confidence and mental confidence are intimately connected. As your body becomes stronger and more stable, your mind becomes more resilient and optimistic. You start to trust yourself again. So here's what I want you to do right now. Decide that you're going to try the horse stance for 30 days. Say it out loud. I commit to practicing the horse stance every day for the next 30 days. As soon as this video ends, try your first horse stance. Even if it's just the chair-supported version for 10 seconds, start today. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Leave a comment below telling me which stage you're starting with and what you hope to achieve. If this video has given you hope and practical tools, subscribe to Elder Wellness Room and ring the notification bell. Remember, you have more control over your aging process than you might think. The horse stance is just the beginning. Your strongest, most confident years might still be ahead of you. Start your horse stance journey today. Your future self will thank you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching today's video on the horse stance for seniors. I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to take that first step toward better balance and stronger legs. Your time is precious, and the fact that you chose to spend it here with me learning about your health and wellness means the world to me. When I started this channel, I had one simple mission: to prove that getting older doesn't mean getting weaker, slower, or less capable. Every single day, I meet seniors who have been told by society, by their doctors, sometimes even by their own families, that certain things are just part of aging, and that they need to accept limitations. But you're here watching this video, which tells me something important about you. You're not willing to accept those limitations. You're not ready to give up on yourself. And that attitude, that determination to keep growing and improving, is exactly what separates those who thrive in their later years from those who simply survive. I want you to know that every exercise I share, every tip I give, every piece of advice comes from years of working with real people just like you. People who thought their best days were behind them, only to discover they had more strength, more energy, and more life ahead of them than they ever imagined. The horse stance we covered today is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Over the coming weeks and months, I'm going to be sharing more exercises, more techniques, and more strategies that will help you build not just physical strength, but the confidence that comes with knowing your body is capable of amazing things. Next week, I'm excited to share with you a simple morning routine that takes just 5 minutes but can dramatically improve your energy levels throughout the day. It's based on movements that have been used for centuries, but I've adapted them specifically for seniors who want to start their day feeling strong and alert. The week after that, we're going to tackle something that many of you have asked about: how to improve your grip strength safely and effectively. You might think grip strength isn't that important, but it's actually one of the strongest predictors of overall health and longevity as we age. Plus, it's incredibly practical. Imagine never struggling to open a jar again. And later this month, I have something really special planned. I'm going to take you through a complete balance assessment that you can do right at home. You'll learn exactly where your balance strengths and weaknesses are, and I'll give you a personalized plan to address any issues we discover. But here's the thing: all of this information is only valuable if you actually use it. I can share the best exercises in the world, but if you don't take action, nothing changes. So I want to make you a promise, and I want you to make me one in return. My promise to you is this: I will never stop researching, learning, and sharing the most effective, safest, and most practical wellness strategies for seniors. I will always be honest with you about what works and what doesn't. And I will never, ever suggest that you're too old, too weak, or too far gone to make positive changes in your life. Your promise to me, and more importantly to yourself, is that you'll try. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything I suggest. But promise me you'll try something. Start with the horse stance if that feels right, or choose any other exercise we've covered. The specific action doesn't matter as much as the decision to act. I also want you to know that you're not alone in this journey. The Elder Wellness Room isn't just a YouTube channel. It's a community. Look at the comments section below any of our videos, and you'll see hundreds of people just like you, sharing their struggles, celebrating their victories, and supporting each other every step of the way. Don't be shy about joining that conversation. Share your experiences, ask your questions, celebrate your progress, And yes, even share your setbacks. We've all been there, and there's incredible power in knowing that others understand what you're going through. If you haven't already, please take a moment right now to subscribe to Elder Wellness Room and ring that notification bell. When you subscribe, you're not just getting access to new videos, you're joining a movement of seniors who refuse to let age define their limitations. And here's something I want you to remember. Every time you choose to invest in your health, every time you try a new exercise, every time you push yourself just a little bit outside your comfort zone, you're not just helping yourself. You're inspiring your children, your grandchildren, your friends, and everyone around you to rethink what's possible as they age. You're becoming living proof that 60, 70, 80, and beyond can be years of growth, strength, and vitality. You're showing the world that seniors aren't just wise, they're powerful. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, what's one thing you learned today that you're excited to try? Or if you've been following along with our previous videos, share one improvement you've noticed in your strength, balance, or energy. Your success stories don't just inspire me, they inspire everyone who reads them. And if you know someone who could benefit from what we're doing here at Elder Wellness Room, a friend, family member, neighbor, or anyone else who's looking to stay strong and independent as they age, please share this video with them. The gift of better health and increased confidence is one of the most valuable things you can give someone. Remember, your strongest years don't have to be behind you. With the right information, the right attitude, and the willingness to take action, your best days can still be ahead of you. Thank you again for being part of the Elder Wellness Room family. I'm honored to be part of your wellness journey, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, keep moving, keep growing, and keep proving that age is just a number. Take care, and I'll see you soon.